And so why would you bet against this happening? Why would you bet against open source catching up? You shouldn't. I think the delta is going to be longer. Like it's no longer going to be like within 3 months there'll be an open source model. It's probably going to take 6 months, a year. And also like looks like Chinese labs are building these open source models today. Whoever is behind builds the open source models. That's why like Meta did open source too. Like if they get ahead, they're not going to open source either. And that's fine. Like we always think there'll be a dynamic where there'll be like 3 or 4 people who are behind.
You don't think that Meta is committed to open source long term? I mean, obviously if you're behind, the way to kind of scorched earth the market is to just put it out there.
I don't think anyone is like I would just going by whatever is practical, right?
Yeah.
There's the like sort of like the dogmatic view of open source, like and virtue signaling that you're going to do open source. But I feel like it's all a thing people do out of convenience, which is okay. Like I'm behind, and the only way for me to get attention of the people right now is to open source my model. And then China is doing the same thing too. Like, they are behind. The only way for them to get the world's attention is to get open source their models, and they attract great talent as a result. And that helps them to leapfrog the best models eventually. And meantime, also own the developer mindshare, which also contributes to your brand of your product. If a lot of developers are building on it, then your brand becomes way more powerful than what it is.
Right.
And so people go and use your app too. That's what happened to DeepSeek. It's been shown, right? So I feel like that's the argument for doing open source. That's more practical. Otherwise, why would someone spend $100 billion and give it away all for free for others to like use it and then build their own apps, right?
Right. Once they're ahead, the incentives are not quite there as much. Yeah.
But they're going to charge licensing fee in some manner. Oh, if you have a certain number of users, you're not going to be
right, which they already do.
Whatever it is. Like I'm not clear if anyone is like truly committed to open source, but I feel like there'll always be one player who has the most to gain by open sourcing something that'll keep open sourcing stuff, and that would benefit like a application layer company like ours.
Yeah.
Take that and post train on all the data and make our thing like really good.